Oh my gosh. Someone just asked about mush tuber. I forgot that I hadn't changed it back to flesh tuber. Yikes. Okay, it says the ad's gonna end in 2 minutes, so I'll see you in 2 minutes. Sorry for the delay! Hello. We're here. We're doing the thing. How's it going, guys? What's up? How? Wow. A lot of construction. A lot of construction where I live right now. And sometimes you forget that. Sometimes you forget. And you're like, yeah, it takes me this amount of time to get to work. And then you leave and you go, oh no, the detours. It's fine. I got here in the end. That's what matters. How's it going, everybody? We did, for those of you who didn't watch it, we did our first successful, fully functional stream last night from the farm. It was a sponsored thing, just as a heads up. But we played Black Skylands, and it was really fun. It's a really fun game. I'm biased, obviously. They paid me, but like I had a blast with it. But it went great. This is Minesweeper erasure. It's not, because the Minesweeper stream was dropping frames constantly, and we all know it. First fully functional farm stream. I stick to that. Yeah, it was fun. It was on my couch. Just because that's where my laptop was, and I was like, I could stream from my couch. And then the cats came and sat on the couch with me, and it was great. Yeah, it was very cozy. So it was fun to do a nighttime stream, just because, you know, the vibe's just different at night. Couch streams are the best. It's good vibes. I would want a more comfortable cushion for my tushin, you know, in the future. But if I was going to keep sitting on the floor in front of my couch. I'm probably just going to set up like an actual table and stuff, though. That makes the most sense to me. Streamer beanbag? I have one of those. Well, Sam has one of those that our child decided is hers. He got this big old beanbag for his office when we lived here, which again was a weird, small, narrow room. So it never really got used except by Clark. And so occasionally we would just pull it out of his office, and eventually it never went back in there. It just stayed out. So you're back. I am back from outer space. Yeah, today we're going to continue playing Stray Gods. I think we'll be able to finish this first run of Stray Gods. We had a lot of fun with it yesterday. And then tonight we've got Moving Out with Bree, which should be very silly. Hello. Yeah, Sam was like, yeah, it's weird because in the living room, I don't really get very good connection. I have good connection in the kitchen, but not in the living room. And I was like, oh, well, I'll do a speed test. And it was like way better internet than we've ever had here. It's like, what do you mean? And he goes, oh, maybe your laptop's just better than mine. Thanks, NVIDIA. Yeah, we were using the Lenovo. She's good. She's a good little laptop, dude. Better WLAN card, different WLAN chips. I don't know what that means. I'm willing to say that out loud. And I don't know what those are. But I see the word LAN in there, so internet stuff, right? It has better Wi-Fi parts. Right, cool. So I followed. I just don't know what a WLAN is. Sweating. I'm a gamer. Oh my gosh. Clarky's having like a full day of fun at her cousin's house. And they texted me within like 30 minutes of her being with them. And they were like, does she need a nap? I said, what do you mean? I said, well, I know you said that you guys are jet lagged. Does she need a nap? Because, like, she's already saying she's tired. And I was like, it's 9 a.m. What do you mean? I said, well, she hasn't had a nap Monday or Tuesday and was fine. I would prefer that she didn't take a nap, but if it seems like she needs a nap, that's fine. Let her nap. Eepy baby. Yeah, she slept fine last night. She still woke up, but it wasn't. So the first night we were back, Sunday night, she woke up at like midnight, 1 o'clock, and was just awake for hours. I was just awake laying in bed for hours. It was awful. And then on Monday night, she woke up around 11 and was up for maybe 3 hours and then fell back to sleep. And last night she woke up at 3 a.m. and was up for half an hour and then fell back to sleep. So we're getting there, okay? It's starting. We're getting there. Come on, phone. Please? She says no. Okay. Should we get to it? Let's do it, dude. Oop. Hello. I gotta get a trim, dude. Okay. Hopefully this is a good threshold to not cut me off. Babbity bab babbity babbity boo boo. Turn it down a little bit. Babbity babbity babbity. Boobity boop boop boop. Yeah, that seems better. Okay. Continue Act 2, dude. Put warning back in the label. This to stray gods. Done. Click. You. Okay, so we just did a whole bunch of shit. We went and did a whole thing for the Minotaur, for Asterion, and we met Hecate, and we went back to What? Is there a recap in the codex? In the like journal? It looks like it's just characters. I mean, I can try to give you a quick recap. We're playing as Grace. Grace is in a band with her best friend and a couple of other dudes, and she winds up meeting Calliope, who is a muse. She doesn't realize Calliope's a muse until Calliope literally dies in her arms. And her eidolon, which is like the spirit of her, the thing that makes her a muse, a god, goes into Grace. A bunch of gods ambush her and are like, we think that you murdered Calliope. And she's like, I didn't. Give me an opportunity to prove that I didn't. So the game is a mix of meeting different gods, finding out about them, sort of getting into their business, because their business is relevant to us in terms of whether or not Athena is going to murder us at the end of this week because she thinks we killed Calliope. But all of that being said, what this game actually is us going from place to place and using our power to force people to do musical numbers. It's fantastic. It's great. The choices that you make inside of the song change how the song sounds and what the characters are singing about. But basically, as a muse, we can inspire music, but we can also inspire like people to speak their truth. So we can't force anyone to do anything, but people feel inspired to say the things that they want to say, essentially. So we're trying to use that to our advantage to like get information that can help us, basically. And now we're going to Aphrodite's party. There are 4 different people apparently in this game that you can smooch. We've figured out 3 of them. One of them I will never smooch, and that's Apollo. Because Apollo's our sad dad, and I don't want to kiss him. But the other 2 so far are Freddy, who is our best friend / roommate / love of my life. That's who we're trying to kiss in this run. But you can also try to kiss Pan, which seems like a terrible idea, and I definitely want to do that next time. Yeah, Pan is super involved. He's really shady. He knows all sorts of shit, and we don't know why he knows all sorts of shit. Athena's really weird and kind of cagey. Aphrodite and Apollo are on our side. They think that we've been, accused a bit too quickly of doing this. And what's her name? Persephone is a badass bitch, and she definitely wanted us dead at first, and part of the game was convincing her that we didn't kill Calliope, and we have now. So at this point now, she's like, okay, I don't love you, but I don't believe that you killed Calliope, and I think we should find out the truth. So and part of my this like weird side quest day that we get, I definitely took the time to go back to Persephone. Not Persephone. Yes, Persephone? Yeah. And be like, hi, I know that in that song where I needed to either choose you or Apollo to leave with, and we decided Apollo's my dad, so I left with my dad. I know that you were pissed about that, but also I can tell that you're a lady with plans. And if you need somebody on your side to help with those plans, it might be nice if we still helped each other. And she was like, okay. So I don't really have any enemies currently that I know of. We also met Medusa, and I feel very bad for Medusa, and I hope we can help her. But anyway, go to Aphrodite's.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace, you made it. I'm so glad. I was beginning to wonder.
You didn't say this was a fancy party. I feel a little underdressed.
Grace, look at me. I didn't even button up my shirt. It's fine.
Look at the abs.
Why is everyone so quiet? You'd think someone died.
I should have told you.
Is this
about
a wake
earlier.
for Calliope?
Putting it off.
Yuck!
I don't like the sound of that. What am I missing?
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu, recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this why Hermes was like, yeah, most gods just start using the name of the god that they got their eidolon from? And we were like, why?
That's gotta be a lot of memories. She was, what, 1,000 years old?
More than that. Much more.
Then what happens to me in my piddly 20-something years? It can't be good.
Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
Yeah.
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
Oh, interesting.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
She's passing on her eidolon? Today?
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
in front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace. To make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye. At least for a while.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Is this a bad place to start watching?
Eventually
Is this
you will remember what
Spoilerville?
we
Super
experienced.
Spoilerville, yeah.
Eventually you will remember that
It's a
what
short game, though,
Aphrodite
but yes.
experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers
Oh,
it.
that's so sad.
Wait. Calliope refused to come to these parties. That's what you said.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
I mean, I do get it. I think it's sad, but I get, like, I'll never know what it's like to be alive for thousands of years. And have all of these, like, horrific memories that have followed me for thousands of years, like, flood back eventually, and have it just be, like, too much to handle. And know that if I pass on my soul, essentially, I'll have a certain amount of time before all of that becomes unbearable again. I get it. But at the same time, I would never get it, right? Like,
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
those are my only options. I can't talk to anybody else. Okay, that's fine. Eros probably has a lot to say. Hey, bud. Oh, he looks so sad.
Grace!
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
Oh.
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
From the sounds of it, this happens a lot.
Every 20 years or so. That's how long she can hold out until she just can't stand it anymore. Every time, Aphrodite forgets. At least for a while. But I don't. I remember everything. I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. But for a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite, not me. It's not my story to tell.
If I know what she was dealing with, I might be able to help.
Could you? I suppose it wouldn't hurt. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jack-booted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
Wasn't he a smith of some kind? Giant hammer, lived in a mountain?
Some of that is mortal fancy, but yes. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her beyond reason. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
Maybe I just don't understand, but isn't this, like, suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die. For a while.
What is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to, well, to remember, to celebrate our history. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that, deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
What a sad conversation, dude.
It's not up to me, Eros. I can't make that decision for her.
I know. Neither can I. I was only hoping Aphrodite could make that decision for herself, if she was inspired.
I don't know.
It's a lot to ask. I'll understand if you can't. All I want, one way or another, is to get through tonight.
What do you think, Apollo?
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan.
I was gonna say, there's
Yes, I
definitely
feel
one of
very much at
those.
the place.
Why is that exactly? Wouldn't you feel more like you belonged after 1,000 years together?
Is your assumption that all those centuries bring great wisdom?
Don't they?
We get older. We have more to forget. We hold grudges longer. But wiser? No. Not so far.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. Only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
I should get back out there.
I was thinking that. Actually, somebody in chat said, I hope Apollo learns being incredibly awkward and out of touch with everybody else at a family gathering is incredibly relatable to mortals. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's do this, dude.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh! What manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
She's cute.
Hi, my name's Venus. And yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
Survive my trial?
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be... a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
I have to admit, it's not clear what my part in all this is supposed to be.
How could it be? You've barely just arrived, darling girl. How did you even find out about it?
That would be my doing.
Apollo! Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
I've had a great deal of time to prepare. I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
If I had to guess, it's to remember. One last time before all your memories go away.
Each time the veil lifts, it leaves behind a little less. For me, old Olympus is long forgotten. The glory of Rome, a distant dream. I hope that one day the veil will lift.
It's a really sad section.
And what happened during the war will also slip into oblivion.
But it hasn't.
Thus, for now we honor the memory of what was, lest tomorrow it be gone forever. Go! Enjoy the gathering, Grace! Tell me when you're ready to begin.
I have questions. number one, I think it's interesting, like, exploring anytime, you know, vampire media does this a lot too, but like exploring the idea of like an eternal life also means anything that happened in that eternal life is with you for eternity, right? I always find that sort of thing interesting. I have a question though. We literally just had a situation. I know Aphrodite's different from Asterion, okay? But we just had a section with our Minotaur friend who was like, I'm in love with you. And Hecate was like, I can make you forget that love. Can Hecate not help Aphrodite at all? I guess not. If Aphrodite's tried everything, I assume Aphrodite has talked with Hecate about this. Eris said she tried magic. That's true. That's true, and they established that magic is like specifically Hecate's domain. But Asterion remembers that he forgot loving her. Yeah, because she said the experience of it wouldn't be gone. It's that he wouldn't feel the love anymore. So I guess in my mind it was like, could it be that you could make it so that, of course, you remember what happened, but it doesn't hurt as much, which is typically what happens with time. But you're right. He said that they tried magic and it didn't work. So you're right. Talk to Venus. She's a sweetie pie.
I want to apologize again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Being a god isn't something you can really be ready for.
I mean, you are not gods, though. Are you? Not really.
You don't think so?
To me, you all just seem like people. Special people, sure, but flawed and lost, like the rest of us. If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
I was so scared at the time, I didn't know what to think. I had no idea who Calliope really was.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that?
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place. She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
I get that you want to help Aphrodite, but do you really want to be her? To be an idol?
At first I thought, wow, this is too good to be true. Who wouldn't want to be a god? Later I realized they're not all powerful. They don't know everything. They're lost. Do I want to be that? Will I be that when the memories return? I don't know.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
I like her. A sweetie pie. But now we know that
Again.
eventually, like, she would vanish, right? She would just become Aphrodite the same way that one day we will just be Calliope.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
I was hoping she might have spared a moment.
What should I do?
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors. She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
This is hard. Because at first I thought that it was going to be like, we do the song, and I guess inside of the song, I make a choice about how the song is presented, right? But now it's sounding like, do I do the song or not? And I think, yeah, I do the song, right? Because Eros is hoping that I can inspire the desire to keep going. And like in a weird way, you also have to think about the fact that this isn't just like a party where we're gonna watch this current Aphrodite die. This is also the beginning of Venus dying. You know, like Venus, it's not that there isn't like a consensual thing here. Venus knows what's gonna happen, right? Or at least as much as you can prepare for that. She's been informed, she is aware, and she knows that eventually she will be Aphrodite instead of Venus. But like, it's more than just Aphrodite, you know? Venus gets 20 more years, not even. They said in 20 years it becomes unbearable and she has to change bodies again. So they're gonna get what, maybe 5 years where she's still like kind of herself and then is just Aphrodite. That sucks, dude. Like, can we break the cycle here? I don't know. There's a lot of pressure on this song. There's a lot of pressure on this song. And literally yesterday, we did the song with Asterion and Hecate. And it ended with Hecate erasing Asterion's memory of loving her, right? Which I don't think is the way that it always goes. I think depending on how the song goes, potentially there's a different ending there, right? But that's the ending we wound up with. And chat was furious. Like, save scum! Go back! Right? I feel a lot of pressure on this song now, guys. Well, God. Okay, sure. Okay.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must
tried to
bid
save
you
scum
all
for this song and it
farewell once
auto-saved
again.
immediately.
But before I go, I
Okay.
would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided. We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. We had revelry and rebirth, a family all together, till 13 million marching men cut us down forever. But Brother Ares made it happen, joined their war without dispute. Now the once mighty immortals are just mud under a boot. We let them take our loved ones, it's what they wanted all along. We thought they were beneath us, we were wrong, we were wrong. I see you have the power, it's a poisonous reward. My virtues only scorn me when I was once adored. Loved by every mortal, then ripped from paradise. No one suffered greater till he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory. this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash? I can't imagine.
There's no excuse, but mortals can tell.
You know.
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
You know. You know.
Everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine
I can imagine.
this really happened? I can't forgive, the river's too deep. Its reflection won't lie, so just let me sleep. I can't let go of what could have been.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment.
Mother, I've stood by your side, now I no longer see the purpose of love when it tears at the center of me. My arrows are rusty, forget the bow, and I won't be begging you not to go. But when you're away, you leave us a broken home. And you leave me alone, lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Lost in a moment. If anyone would know about the mysteries of love, you would know. Only you can decide. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment.
Lost in a moment.
Are you?
I'm fine. I'm still myself. I thought there'd be something more, that I feel her presence, but she's just gone.
She'll be back, but she'll also be you. she'll be different.
I'll try to be ready. I promise.
I'm really sorry, Eros. I know you wanted me to convince Aphrodite to change her mind, but...
It's all right. There's no convincing her, was there?
She didn't have the strength to fight any longer. At least, now she can rest.
I suppose that's true. Before we go, Aphrodite told me you wanted her help to learn about Calliope's death. I'm not my mother, but maybe there's something I can tell you. Do you have any suspects yet?
Not exactly, but it has to be an idol. One with influence.
No, that doesn't sound good.
It had to be someone who knew Calliope and wanted her gone, with enough knowledge and power to fool the chorus. It also had to be someone who could get into the Reliquary and attack her there, right under the noses of both Hecate and the Minotaur.
Calliope came to see Aphrodite and I that night. She was agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why. She said she had a plan. It must have been the Reliquary.
A plan? A plan for what? What could she find at the Reliquary that would help her?
Maybe she wanted a weapon. Something to defend herself with. If only we'd known she was going to the Reliquary. How on earth did she even get in?
Pan.
She used the key, the one Pan gave her. When Calliope arrived, she dropped it. Then she laughed and said she'd better not lose it because Pan won't give me another key to the Reliquary. I didn't know it was important.
Well, there's your help, Grace. I certainly don't know more than that. Come now, Venus. It's been a long night. I'll get you home.
Thank you for everything, Grace. Truly. It was a wonderful song.
The song was really pretty, but I'm still sad.
So, did they have anything helpful?
I also just feel so bad for Eros. I'm glad he got to say his piece in the song. You know? He had a moment to be like, feel like it's kind of fucked up that you leave me every 20 years, you know? So I was glad he got that. But like, the more that this happens, the more of a toll it takes on Eros. You know? I was gonna say, it feels like there's sort of a parallel there of like, we've had family members that have had like dementia or things like it, and the emotional toll that it takes on someone to be like caring for a person that doesn't remember you and sometimes remembers but then doesn't remember again, you know? It feels like there's a parallel there.
It just doesn't make sense. Pan sent me to the Reliquary. If he's involved, why would he do that?
Well, maybe he was hoping you could prove his innocence if you found out what happened there.
I guess. Aren't you the one who first said he was probably guilty?
Worth investigating still. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
What you said earlier about Calliope's memories coming back.
That wasn't how I wanted you to find out. I'm sorry. If you like, we can talk about it later at my place, after you've had some time to digest.
I might do that. Thanks.
I suppose you'll be headed home.
Or to look for Medusa, yeah.
Then I'll see you soon. Take care of yourself, Grace.
Thanks, Dad. Hermes.
Hi, Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
That's my name. Where's Freddy?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
What, you and Freddy are friends now? When did this happen?
When I came looking for you, Freddy has this movie that I've never seen. Super cool, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, would you rather not share your mortal friends? Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
She could always come here. Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that, ever. Can you imagine?
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the Reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, you know, extra cool, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can connect any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
Wait, isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off.
All right, let's go
Do your
talk
thing.
to her.
Take me to Olympus.
Okay. Oh, when you see Freddy, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you know, you got it together really quick.
Thanks, I guess.
I get a new trait? Oh, what are we gonna be? We're already clever, but now we're... Hold up, I'll let you guys. You guys did so well not spoiling me on that. I'm so shocked that you get to choose another trait. Okay. Start the poll. There you go. Get 1 minute. Yeah, Kick-Ass is like, leave me behind, will ya? Fart. Sorry, I know you guys can't hear that anymore. But it's impossible when my computer says fart to not say it out loud. No, I haven't played through it yet. This is my first playthrough. Charming. All right. Okay. Grace with soul and charisma. She tries to do the right thing, and everyone likes her more for it. Dang. All right.
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As you like. You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the Reliquary.
Oh.
I'm uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
But you know what happened there. That's where Calliope was attacked.
Yet it's not where she died, Grace, is it?
So because she made it all the way to my apartment, we shouldn't care why she was bleeding to death along the way.
You think our judgment was rash? It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end. I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
Ooh. Oh, we get a new option. This is so exciting.
Do you really? Let's explore where all that caring has gotten them, shall we? You're holding on with a grip so tight, your knuckles are turning white. But that's not enough, is it? Every idol I've met is either lost or broken, or both. They're all slipping through your fingers. If you actually cared about them, you'd do something about it instead of sitting up here worrying about your precious rules.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether. Poseidon was next. Walked out into the seas, never to be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered, and by one of our own. The list goes on.
Deserved.
I've heard most of that, sure. What does it have to do with me?
We are dying, Grace. I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care.
I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
You know, it's too bad. I've been an idol for 5 minutes, and I've been out there solving problems you've all wrestled with for how long now? I could have helped you, Athena. I could have helped all of you. But you don't see that, do you? You're so busy holding on to what you have. You can't see what you're throwing away.
I know we put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is. If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
Yeah, I have tons. So many.
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
Who has access to the Reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Does it matter? You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
The same person gave it to me, who gave it to Calliope.
And who gave it to Calliope, then? I see.
Okay.
Speaking of the Reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace. I'm sorry.
Athena!
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
Sort of. But I feel like I'm missing something important. Maybe the goddess of wisdom could help me out?
It would be helpful to know what Calliope was doing at the Reliquary, but she's not available to ask. Not until you regain her memories, at least.
Why not put off the trial until then? Seems like a good way to solve all this. Yeah?
And trust what you decide to share? I think not.
Okay, let's talk about
All
Medusa.
right, let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
Is it true you can't remove her curse? Or is she just too useful?
I wish I could remove the curse. I'm afraid the Athena who bestowed it is long gone. She was prideful, that Athena. As prideful as she was powerful, I'm ashamed to say.
The current Athena is responsible for everything she's done.
I am well aware, Grace. What is it that you would have me do, exactly?
How about you stop treating her like a servant? Maybe send her somewhere she won't be tempted all the time.
Oh, well, if you happen to hear of a diet camp for man-eating monsters, by all means, do let me know.
Yikes.
Now, if there isn't anything else,
Bye.
I guess I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
I think Pan's sus is red herring too. It has to be.
Good luck. Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
But I would love it if they let you kiss the murderer.
As always, struggled in a crisis.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it.
Remember, she was a warrior. When pressed, she's always turned to that aspect, sought to maintain absolute control. It'd be hypocritical to say it's wrong of her. She's battled for me as much as for anyone.
Do you think she's telling the truth about the idols dying out?
Yes, though I find it odd she chose to tell you.
Maybe Athena thought, who'd believe Grace if she blabbed about it anyway?
Sadly, while I'd prefer to stay in her good graces, I doubt that will be possible.
Uh-oh. What now?
You may not like this, but you need to go back to the Reliquary.
You know, Athena said something to me. That it'd be nice to know what Calliope was doing there in the first place.
As usual, you're way ahead of me.
It's the only piece of the puzzle we're missing. Calliope went there because she had a plan. But what plan?
If she left clues behind, wouldn't Hecate have found them already?
That's a really good question.
Remember how I told you it'd be years before you got Calliope's memories back? Well, that's true, but not entirely.
Okay.
Those memories are inside you. You go somewhere important to Calliope or touch something special to her, you will get flashes, feelings.
How did that not happen
Do you
in her
want
house?
Grace to go to the Reliquary so she can have deja vu?
Whatever happened to Calliope there, it ended her life. All we need to do is uncover those memories.
Sorry, I just saw Marian said it would be cool if we could kiss the murderer. Tolosi approved that.
Last time Freddy and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the Reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
Okay. Do you want to ask Athena for permission?
It just seems like a radical step. For you.
A week ago, I would have said that breaking into the Reliquary couldn't be done. A week ago, I couldn't have imagined being here. My stance on a lot of things has changed. If you have another idea, however, I'm happy to go along with it.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Then the alarms bring Asterion and Hecate, and all three of us do a great deal of apologizing.
Let's just hope that's all those alarms do.
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
Am I sure? No. No, I'm not.
Oh, that's comforting.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, well, do you have a way we could look into those things without encountering even more lies?
Deja vu it is.
Let's say I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of what happened to Calliope, even a flash. Anything that gives us something to work with.
And if that doesn't happen?
Make it happen, Grace. As if your life depends on it.
I can really see why the idols call you the cheery one.
I'm sorry, but why is she here again?
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
I think that's kind of the point, Grace.
There isn't much time left, and I'm out of ideas that won't take more time than we have.
Well, there's always running, right? Grace leaves the city, goes on a world tour, becomes rich and famous. It's just me. Okay then.
Right then. Back to the Reliquary it is.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Cool. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I can't go into the Reliquary with you. Not without tipping off Hecate. But I won't be far. If anything goes wrong, I will come running. But even so, Grace, please be careful.
Okay, Dad, thanks.
You know me. I'm always careful.
Come on, the time for adventure is now.
Be safe. Both of you.
I forgot that we walk into a shipping crate. Did we smooch yet? We haven't smooched yet, but we have done every, like, heart option with Freddy. Every time we've talked to Freddy and there's been a, like, God, I just think you're great. Click. No smooching yet, though. Be honest with Hecate. I kind of want to try that. We left on good terms with Hecate. I'm going to try just walking in and being like, hi. Calliope was here and I need to figure out where she was. I don't know. It's worth a shot.
Ah, so that is now. Oh, you were expecting us?
We were in a
It
book,
is written
dude.
that you would come, yes.
That is so cool. I kid you not.
Yet it was also written that you would sneak into the Reliquary as Calliope did, so this encounter is unanticipated. This book of yours really isn't as accurate as you make it out to be. The course it lays out is almost always correct. The smaller things, they are subject to free will and frequently change. However, even without the book, I do understand why you've come. Is there a reason why you believe my answer will be different now? The only reason you won't let me in is because Athena forbids it, right? She is the one to whom I made my promise, yes. What if I said that she's a suspect in Calliope's death? Is she a suspect? She's an idol. I don't know that she's not a suspect. Yet. Without more evidence, isn't her command potentially self-serving? You will regret this. That is also written.
That is a yes.
Go quickly. Look, but do not touch. The Reliquary stores many artifacts, some dangerous. Got it. Okay, Grace. What the heck do you do now? Of all the times to not have Freddy around, she'd love this. First things first, how do I do this? Where do I even start? Calliope must have been here. She could have stood in this very spot. Maybe if I just focus.
Nice, it worked.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've definitely been here before.
Oh. Egg?
I don't get any feeling from that. Will I know it when I see it? Is that a weapon? A musical instrument? Maybe it's both. What did Freddy say about mazes? Was it always go left? Or go left and then go right? Is this an armory, too? Freddy? Are you out there? Can you hear me?
Calling to Freddy.
What am I doing? All that'll do is tell everyone where I am.
Why are we yelling?
They should really charge for tours. It's kind of amazing. I don't even know what language that is.
Oh, it's the mirror. The mirror.
Shouldn't that be in a museum somewhere? This is it. Calliope was here. She was standing right here. And she... Uh-oh. I didn't mean anything. I didn't even touch it, honest.
Are these the Fates?
Okay, then. What's happening? Why didn't it work?
So, not the Fate. The Fates are always 3 women. I mean, a lot of things are not, like, as normally written.
Grace?
Hi, Freddy.
Freddy! We've got to run. My powers don't work on them. They just keep coming.
Freddy!
No, I won't let you! Freddy! Oh God. Oh God, Freddy.
Oh no. Oh, Grace.
You summoned the Furies.
Oh.
What?
Those beings were the Furies, beyond all our laws. Not idols, but the embodiment of retribution. How did you draw them here?
I didn't. There was a big mirror, but I didn't even touch it.
There is only one mirror of which you could be speaking. That used by the goddess Nyx to contact the Fates. Using the mirror would not have brought the Furies down upon you. Not unless the Fates themselves decreed it.
I don't care what brought them. They killed Freddy. You need to help her.
I have no power over life and death, Grace. None of us have that. This was no defense or spell of the Reliquaries. I do not have the power to summon the Furies, and I know none who do. You should consider yourself fortunate, Grace. They do not desist until retribution has been exacted. But now is when you leave. Pray the knowledge you obtained was worth the price.
A Apollo, there has to be something we can do.
Grace, I'm so sorry.
No! It's not right!
We have to leave. We have to leave now.
Without Freddy? We're not taking Freddy? That's the end of Act 2. God, what the fuck?
Grace, I'm sorry. I know what Freddy meant to you.
It should have been me, not her. This was my fight, my problem. I'm already slated to die if anyone paid the price.
And repeat history? Would you rather have died there, passing your eidolon onto Freddy instead? Freddy gave you a chance. Grace, is that what happened to Calliope? Was she attacked by the Furies as you were?
Yeah. She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
The Furies. Sent by the same person, I imagine.
I know Calliope was there to use the mirror, but it was just a feeling. I still don't understand why.
Well, apparently she wanted to speak to the Fates.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The Fates are primordial beings, like the Furies. They're said to control destiny. Perhaps Calliope wished to know her destiny. Or change it. I'm not sure.
Who could send the Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
Even in our prime, none of the idols had the Furies at our beck and call. Perhaps Zeus, but he's long gone. I honestly didn't know the Furies still existed.
Clearly someone can do it.
I mean, unless they weren't sent. Unless they were responding to something else, something you'd done unwittingly. I'm sorry, I'm afraid your guess is as good as mine.
Can these fates really control the future?
They're tied into fate, as I am. Perhaps they're even where my power stems from, or how Hecate's books are written.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with them.
Or you, apparently.
Could it have been the fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
I doubt it. If they didn't want to answer the mirror, I'm certain they simply wouldn't.
If the Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddy and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They're enforcers of the old laws. I imagine they decided the debt was paid, whatever it was, when blood was spilled. The blood didn't have to be yours.
So if Freddy hadn't interfered...
Then they would have come after you. And they wouldn't have stopped until they were through. Not ever.
What are the Furies? They didn't seem like people.
They're not. Hecate called them embodiments of retribution, and I suppose that's the best description. They go back to... well, the time before my memory. I was once told they were created to enforce the most ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Decrees one couldn't break, written in blood. Laws even idols abided by, in the days of old Olympus. But those surely died with Zeus. Even if they hadn't, you can't have broken any. They're not easy to overlook.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the Fates.
Oh,
Why not ask them?
hello.
You too have caused quite the stir. Hecate is beside herself, and Athena is out of her mind. Well done.
How long have you been listening?
Long enough to know that you need another way to speak to the Fates, unless you're planning on trying the Reliquary again.
No, not a chance. We'll find the truth on our own, Persephone.
If you sent Grace to wander about looking for Calliope's memories, you're already out of options.
Got us, dude.
Wait, what's this about some other way? What are you talking about, Persephone?
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time. I thought not. The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades, the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
Is Apollo right? Is this something you planned all along, Persephone?
Meaning what? What, that I knew what would occur at the Reliquary? Perhaps you think I'm the one who unleashed the Furies upon you.
You've waited for this opportunity for over a century.
Waited, yes. Bided my time. And the moment has arrived.
But you came here to help, right?
And I came here to help.
Saying this. He's dead.
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key, like the
right.
Reliquary?
Hades the place.
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
They won't take you.
They might, if you ask them to. So your promise to help Grace was an empty one? Step up, for once, and do what she needs you to do. Get us there. I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the Fates. It's simple.
Is that something we can do? Just go to the land of the dead and overthrow it?
Truth be told, there isn't much to overthrow. Few mortals still believe in Hades, and thus its halls have been nearly empty for eons.
So how do you...
The throne itself is the key, both symbolically and literally. Claim it, and Hades is yours.
But you can't claim it because you're barred from Hades.
By a rule that we would need to break were we to do this, yes.
So if we go to Hades and find your throne, how much trouble would that get us into exactly?
A great deal.
It's not as if Athena could execute Grace a second time.
But she's already been warned about breaking more rules.
The responsibility of this will be mine. Let Athena try to take my throne again.
Is there really no other way to talk to these Fates? Do we have to take the nuclear option?
Do you want to try going back to
Give the throne to Zag. Yeah, you know.
No, hell no.
The only other person with a direct connection.
This game makes me want to play Hades really bad.
You know it doesn't work like
This
that.
game makes me miss
Then
Hades.
it's the throne or nothing, isn't it?
What's another crazy plan, right?
Grace,
I know, but there's no point in stopping now, is there?
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
And consider this, Apollo. Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies, according to the old laws.
Her soul is in Hades.
You should have led with that.
What? Freddy's in Hades? What? Persephone, why didn't you lead with that?
I didn't want it to seem like I was playing on your sympathy, Grace.
But you'll play on mine. Fine. I'll get you into Hades. But I'm not going with you.
If that's what you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
Thanks, Dad.
Shall I wait here, or...
No. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace and, Persephone. Wow, the whole gang, huh?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone to Hades.
Oh, man, I don't
Oh,
know.
man.
Athena specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
Oh, this is pointless. They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
Freddy's dead, Hermes.
What? When did that happen?
She was killed by the Furies. That means she's in Hades. Probably. I have to try to find her there. You're her friend too. I know you wouldn't want to abandon her.
Okay.
Face Hermes.
Signal when you need to come back.
You sure?
Yeah, feels like the right thing.
Be careful, Grace. And remember, the underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think I can tell her the rules, Apollo. Let's go.
Damn.
Welcome to the real underworld.
Wow.
It looks, nice.
It feels so empty. So lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile.
Go on.
I fully expect he'll be waiting for us.
Who is this Orpheus? The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a popular tale among mortals, regarding how he once came to the underworld to retrieve his love, Eurydice, and left with nothing. Hades tricked him, you see, and with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours?
He is not a fan.
I'm very excited for the song.
Not that it matters.
That is going to occur when we meet Orpheus.
You didn't think to mention earlier that the throne was occupied?
Because it's irrelevant. Orpheus isn't an idol. He's just an angry little man clinging to an existence that doesn't want him any longer.
And what are we supposed to do? Organize an armed resistance? Challenge him to a duel?
That's what you're here for.
I'm gonna fight him?
With music.
Oh, you'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so there's an angry ghost sitting on your throne. Anything else about this trip you've neglected to mention?
Come. It's time to cross the Styx.
Sorry. You heard noises, that was me. If you didn't hear noises, then mind your business!
The ferryman will come soon. As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage. State your case clearly and with determination.
Okay.
Aaron, you're looking big. Goodness.
I am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Core Sotiera, once queen of the underworld, and shall be again. No, Corone, I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
idol and last of the muses. Is that enough?
Of course she's a muse. Why would she lie about such a thing? He says he's always liked the muses and that you're very pretty.
You, Charon. Look at his eyes.
No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Caron. Stop asking.
We could play a game.
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something to amuse him. See? You don't even need to interpret that for me.
Yes, what fun. Thank you for encouraging.
He's been down here by himself. Give him a game.
Let's get underway, Caron. It's a long ride to the throne room.
Like the shades. Like the way the shades look.
I wouldn't touch that.
It's a song.
Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse. Every story. Every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise, swallow the anger, tears in my eyes. Then suddenly I was found alone. I destroyed Hades, but was denied his throne.
Is dead here, isn't it?
Everything here is fading away. She needs her queen.
We're here for Freddy, too.
I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me. A child in a garden, a prize for a king, property, bound and gagged with silver and satin. I gutted a god. This hell is mine. I won't let it be forgotten.
Someone's coming. There's music floating through. Someone's coming. And it has me singing too. We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us.
That would be Orpheus.
Is he a muse?
Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
You
coming.
better be ready.
A wolf is waiting in the tomb.
He's a master of his
Someone's
craft.
coming.
We have to take
I
back
can feel them howling at the
what
moon.
is mine. Forget why we came here.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been.
What happened to the music?
Oh
I have
shit.
been waiting for you, Persephone, for so long. And you brought a muse. Hi. Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Betty. Welcome to my underworld. Let me treat you to a song, a welcome gift. I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse, any requests? Questions?
Are you really that good?
Down, loop it. I wouldn't say that I'm good. I wouldn't say that I'm great. I wouldn't say that my timing's perfect. I wouldn't say that I'm late.
But you can say that he's
the best that's ever been. The best you've ever seen. The best you've ever heard. And I haven't even really sung a single word.
I think I chose poorly.
Okay, just getting a gauge. Not your thing? Try again. Another request?
What's your problem with Persephone?
Dow, loop it.
I love this.
I didn't do what I was told, didn't know that it was all a game. I didn't think that he would do it. Then Eurydice was gone. And Persephone stood right beside him and said, what a shame. He was always gonna kill her and you knew it. And I never got to have my revenge. My pain never ends. I see you now. Persephone won't turn my back. I won't turn my back on you again.
I beg your pardon. I wanna behave properly. It's not your song. You better stay open. She's a friend and a god.
Throne is for me. I won't let it be forgotten.
Persephone, your part in this will never be forgotten.
The throne was stolen after I murdered the king. You should be grateful and thank me for everything. And yet you scream like a boy. You kick the ground. I was a slave.
Eurydice is gone because you did nothing.
Orpheus, there was nothing I could do.
I saw your whispers, poison behind your king.
Wasn't me.
If I cannot have my revenge, you're the next best thing.
His bark is louder than anyone's bite, and he's no match for your godly might.
You're right, killing is so unbecoming.
That's never stopped you before.
I did what I had to, Bard.
As do I, my
I'm
former
glad it
queen.
lets you choose
As
to have
do
both
I.
of them have their own verse.
I never sleep now, and I never wake properly. He took everything, yet I'll never have justice. Now the music is gone.
It's all history. Why can't you let it be forgotten? Forgotten. Forgotten. Forgotten.
Just middle of the road, this.
You didn't do what you were told, but you won't face the fact that you're to blame. And Persephone, you blew it. You must understand each other by now. All of this is getting kinda old. What a shame. There's the door, walk through it.
But I never got to have my revenge.
Our pain never ends.
Our pain fools.
You're right. Yet, what about the throne? We can't just leave it empty, can we?
Take the throne for yourself. Damn.
All that going around in circles, digging up old wounds, and for what? So you can fight over a chair. There.
How did I do that?
You dare. What gives you the right to interfere in this manner? That throne was not yours to break.
It was the only option the game gave me, dude.
I'm sorry, it felt like the right thing to do.
Oh, Grace, you are infuriating. Is there a voice in your head that tells you to make decisions for everyone else?
There really isn't even a small part of you that knows this had to happen.
Knows what? I should toss aside something I paid for, bought with the blood of my husband? So what's your plan now, Grace? I assume you must have one after that big demonstration.
You said Freddy was here, right? Then we should be able to find her. We just need to look.
Let's say you do. Okay, what then? You expect to walk out of Hades with her spirit in tow?
Why not? It would have worked for Orpheus if he hadn't looked back, right?
You don't get it, do you? There is no way to free someone from the land of the dead. Not for Orpheus, and certainly not for you.
Lied to me.
Even if you could contact them, Grace, I assure you, they simply wouldn't care.
I'm glad I broke that throne.
I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, you're you. And I believed what I wanted to believe.
And neither of us will get what we want today.
As opposed to your original plan, where that would have only been me.
At the very least, I had hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
Why? We can't bring her back.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear. Yet, you might have spoken to her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
Freddy!
Freddy, you're here.
Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived. It's not like there's much else going on.
Fred,
No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
You shouldn't even have been there. I never should have gotten you involved.
Hey, no. You didn't get me involved. I got myself involved.
Yeah, and look what happened.
I got to be the hero of the story. Just for one shiny moment. How cool is that?
This isn't a story, Fred.
You're wrong. It is a story. And you need to finish it. Without me.
Hey, no. I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really...
The former Calliope! I knew it!
This... You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace. Idols don't...
Is inside Grace.
This is real.
I don't get it. I thought the Eidolon was Calliope's soul. But if that's true, then...
The Eidolon is what makes us an idol, but it's not our soul. Each of us adds a piece to it as it passes on.
But what about the memories?
The memories are but a reflection. And after the Eidolon is passed on, old memories become a reflection of a reflection.
Audio balancing strikes again, dude.
You knew this truth once, Persephone.
Calliope, speak up!
I guess you two were better acquainted than you said. Huh, Persephone?
We parted ways years ago. Persephone couldn't take my lectures any longer.
I'd take them now. I miss them.
No, you don't. Think about how bitterly we argued at the end. Don't blame yourself. Not when there are so many fond memories to cherish instead.
I would love to know what happened after our commercial break, because it's been screaming at me that it wants to run an ad for like 10 minutes. Ads, 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 ads. Ads, 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 ads. All right. Get words going. You guys can play that and listen to this sad music. Boop. Fantastic. We're going to front load a few, so if you see a bunch of ads, I'm very sorry. But then we won't see ads for a while. Fantastic. All right, enjoy. I'll be back in a minute. One left, dude. One left, dude. You can do it. You can do it. If somebody doesn't get it, we'll never know what this word is. That's the worst part about words on stream. Ruined! Rest in peace, dudes. You all did well. It is what it is. You know? Ow! Ruin. Let's come to our household. Ready? Tell us what happened, guys.
We need to know what happened to you, Calliope. How did you die?
Why didn't you come to me? If you were in trouble, I would have protected you.
I know you would have, but I couldn't let you be drawn into Apollo's prophecy as well.
Apollo had a
Apollo's
prophecy?
prophecy?
He didn't tell you? No. I don't suppose he could have.
Speak up, Ashley.
A long story.
You don't mean to say that Apollo is responsible for your death, right? But his prophecy is.
Yes. It said I needed to die.
Someone else knew about the prophecy. Athena.
No.
Then she sent the Furies after me when I went to the Reliquary. I barely escaped. I fled back to the mortal.
What did we say this whole goddamn game?
To you.
Why come to me? Of all the places you could have run to, why come to my apartment?
Because I was dying.
But I couldn't save you. I barely even knew you.
I was wandering the streets that night, wondering if I should go to the Reliquary or just flee. And I heard you singing. I followed you home after to see where you lived. I didn't know what would happen to me, but I thought, just in case, I knew I had to hold out until I reached you.
I wish you hadn't. You didn't give me any choice.
I wanted to. I thought I would at least have time to explain.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have believed you.
The Furies, they kept coming. It was all I could do just to reach you. I am so sorry, Grace. I truly did not mean for it to be like this.
Apollo hates using his power. Why would he have given a prophecy to Athena?
Because she demanded it. She was desperate.
How did you even find out?
Apollo was horrified after he delivered the prophecy, and he refused to stay silent. And he came to warn me. He was torn. Telling me meant I was locked into it. I still think he did the right thing. Though I expect he disagrees.
I can't believe Dad lied to us this whole time. Well, lied by omission, you know.
What was the prophecy? Surely I need to hear it.
If I tell you, you'll be locked into it, just like me.
But the prophecy doesn't just say you have to die. There's more to it, right? They always require interpretation.
Apollo told Athena that. He begged her not to jump to conclusions, but maybe she was right.
It's probably something like the idols will lose their immortality because of Calliope. It's probably something like that, you know.
I don't believe that. Athena's got tunnel vision. She must be wrong.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols. The answer was this. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives.
And I'm the last muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
That doesn't mean she has to die. That means the idols need to fucking get over themselves.
Why did you go to the Reliquary? We know about the mirror.
Live your one life
You
and then
wanted
just
to annul the
be done with
prophecy.
it.
And the Fates are the only ones who could, if they would even help me. I doubted it, but I was desperate. I never got the chance to ask. Someone told Athena where I was going, and she must have realized what I meant to do.
But how did she get the Furies to attack you? They aren't pets. You didn't break any of the old laws.
I don't know. Maybe it's something the ruler of the idols can do. But you'd have to ask Athena.
You went to Pan for the key to the Reliquary, right?
Yes. He's the reason I knew about Nyx's mirror, actually. He told me about it long ago.
He told Medusa where you went. She, I expect, told Athena.
Oh. Pan couldn't have known what it would mean. I didn't explain.
That's it. You forgive him, just like that.
I'm sure he feels guilty enough, my love.
Do you blame Athena for what she did?
She wanted to save the idols. And I wanted that too.
Well, I blame her. And Apollo for not telling us what she'd done.
If he had, Grace would have been locked into the same fate as Calliope.
Which he is now.
We don't know that.
It isn't fair, Freddy. This isn't how it's supposed to go.
We're just a bunch of gals being pals, dude.
So many years of history, the fights, the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud of you, but it's time to go. I never truly saw before how trapped we were, so far from shore. Great at the time, but it's time to go. It's time to go.
I assume I'm saying this to Freddy.
Will I know where to go without you to guide the way across the storming seas? I've had a compass bright and clear. Listen to me when I say, whatever path from which you think you strayed, you will find your way. But it's time to go. It's time to.
We gotta do the extreme.
If I could bring you back,
Hell yeah. For Freddy? Of course I would.
Any day, every day, a life for a life. Farishta, please stay.
Grace, no. It's time.
Ah. Extreme, extreme, extreme.
Who knows what comes next? But I will face it beside you.
You gonna be mad at us? Anything from my roommate. It was just a roommate.
You've returned.
You did it. You actually brought me back from the dead.
Of course I did.
Did you get a chance to speak to the Fates?
No.
Then what happened?
We know what happened. We know about the prophecy and Athena.
Oh.
That's all you have to say? Oh? You knew. You knew the truth this entire time. Even when you said you were helping Grace.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Why did you agree to help and then lie? You even said you thought Pan was responsible.
I didn't know how she died, or who else was involved.
But you knew Athena was behind it.
I thought I could nudge you in the right direction. Help you find the truth without learning about the prophecy.
Well, you failed. We know it now.
Well, then it's done. You're locked into it, as is Freddy. Athena will want her dead, too.
You're right. I actually hadn't considered that part.
I'm so sorry, Grace. I never meant for this to happen.
That's right. Leave. It's what you're best at.
Damn, get him, Persephone!
I don't know how this will affect your trial. We could tell them what we've learned. Even without proof, it makes enough sense that Athena couldn't just brush it off. You're not the last muse any longer, after all. Your Freddy isn't on trial. Yet if Athena believes you both need to die in order to save the idols, she'll find a way.
Do you think the prophecy could be true? That in order for the idols to live...
It didn't say live. It said continue. That word bothers me.
Athena seems pretty certain what it means.
Athena sees what she wants. I don't know that I agree with her. And I won't just give in like Apollo. When you go to the trial, I'll back your play. Up to and including overthrowing Athena. Calliope would approve.
But what about...
Just so you understand, our chances aren't good. I suggest you do whatever necessary to prepare.
Great.
Damn, okay. Sure, let's go talk. It's been a while. We haven't seen Pan this Whole time, you know? I miss him.
Pan? Are you here? Pan! All right then. Guess I'll just head off.
I thought you didn't want to see me anymore. You're not here to yell at me, are you?
What was that?
No, I just wanted to talk.
Oh. Now you've got my ears quivering, Grace. Whatever could we have to discuss?
I know you weren't behind Calliope's murder.
Oh, then you've learned something, haven't you? Something not exactly pleasant. I see. Isn't that always the way? Tell you what, Grace. Let's indulge in one last transaction. Relay what you've learned, and I'll see if I have any advice to offer.
Sure, why not?
Okay, where do I begin?
Fade to black.
Well, of course it was Athena.
Wait, you knew?
No, how could I?
So what now?
Let the prophecy play out.
Huh?
Let it play out. It doesn't say the last muse will die, just that she must for the idols to continue. Perhaps the idols shouldn't continue. Seems reasonable enough.
I doubt Athena would agree. Or many of the other idols, for that matter.
Yes, well, if history says anything about the idols, it's that we're a bunch of reactionaries who make poor decisions. Frankly, change is long overdue. Continuing on as we have been isn't appealing, and I doubt I'm the only one who thinks so. I'm rather looking forward to the trial now.
Oh, no, Pan's gonna be there.
How exciting.
Doug baiting everything, no matter how nefarious he is. Let's talk to Apollo. I want to get this out of the way.
Oh, it's you. Paul comes in, mopier than his usual mopey self, and won't say a word about why. But of course, it's you.
Look, I know you care about Apollo. I'm not here to hurt him.
Uh-huh, yeah. And, why should I believe you?
Because I just came to talk. I want to sort this out. If I can.
I guess I can go ask him if he wants to talk to you. Don't be surprised if he says no, though.
It's all right, Oracle. I think Grace and I need a moment alone, if you please.
Oh, sure. Don't mind me. It's not like I was in the middle of anything.
You're angry. You have every right to be.
Of all the people who've lied to me lately, I least expected it from you.
It made so much sense at the time, but now it's almost a relief to have it out in the open. When I first became Apollo, I was so sure I could help people. Help the world. I ignored the warnings. You have no idea how many lives I ruined before I stopped. I never should have given in to Athena. This one time, I thought that maybe it will be different.
You don't know everything, Apollo. Half the problem is that you and every other idol thinks they do.
What do you mean?
Trying to prevent the prophecy is what's making it come true.
So you want to, what? Stop trying?
Maybe.
I hope you can forgive me, Grace.
I get why he did what he did. But bro, he like sent us on fucking wild goose chases. Like, gosh, if only we could figure out what happened to Calliope. Like, bro.
I'm not sure I can. How could I ever trust you again?
I understand. I suppose I'll see you at the trial, Grace. As always, if you need me, I'll stand by you.
Thank you.
I have to talk to Freddy last. Right, but we do know, because of the scene we were just in, we do know that you can say to somebody, there's a prophecy. I had a prophecy, and the prophecy is the reason that Calliope was killed, or the reason that Calliope died, without telling them what the prophecy is. They explicitly are like, as long as you don't know the prophecy, as long as you don't hear the prophecy, it's not the fact that the prophecy exists. It's does the person know it, right? So yeah, we can be like, he was trying really hard to make sure we didn't learn the prophecy. He could have told us there was one, though. Surely dealing with just being like, I can't tell you because it'll get you killed, and us being huffy about it would have been better than this goose chase we've been on. Anyways.
Did you forget something, Grace?
It felt like we hadn't quite finished our conversation.
It seemed pretty finished to me. What more is there to discuss?
We could talk about what happened in Hades. We were kind of interrupted by Freddy, and then everything.
What else could we have said, Grace? Yelled at each other more, perhaps?
If it'd help, yeah.
Calliope would not have approved of the way I acted. But then she seldom did. It was so good to see her in Hades. To have her say she forgives me. I just wish it were as easy to forgive myself.
You could apologize, you know. We could start over, from square one.
You shatter my throne without so much as a by your leave. And I'm the one who apologizes?
I could go first, if you like. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. Believe it or not. Is that better?
Yeah, kind
It's
of.
a start.
Do you regret it? Surrendering your Eidolon?
I like that I can't just be like, no.
We'll see what happens at the trial.
I wonder if I could have done as much for anyone. You do realize you may have brought your friend back, only to doom her to a quick death.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You gave her your new life, and you get to walk away as if nothing ever happened.
Only if we survive. And I would never walk away from a friend.
All right, let's talk with Freddy. This is gonna be sad, dude.
Freddy, can we talk? Freddy, please. Whatever I did, I need to make it right. Talk to me. Hey. Freddy, are you okay?
No. No, I'm really not. Why did you do it, Grace? You brought me back. You made me the muse.
I don't know if this is a good call, but...
Yeah, what's giving up immortality for your best friend in the entire universe?
No, I'm serious.
And I'm not. Freddy, I'd do anything for you. Just like you'd do anything for me.
Grace, I told you that I was at peace with my decision. I've watched the struggles you've had as the muse, and now you've thrown them all on me. You didn't
That's so
even
fair.
ask.
I didn't know I was making her the muse.
You don't...
Because the way that they pitched it was you sacrifice a thing and then you get a shade back, right? You have to make a huge sacrifice. And I thought we were sacrificing the Eidolon. I didn't think that we were giving it to Freddy.
Wish you were still dead, do you? Did I screw up?
I don't know.
I should have asked you first. I'm really sorry. It just kind of happened.
It's not that. It's not just that. I came back from the dead. And I was actually dead. And I'm not the same now. I've changed. And it's not just being the muse. I'm different, and so are you, and nothing between us can ever be the same again.
Of course it'll be the same. Why wouldn't it?
Grace, I sacrificed myself because I love you. I'm in love with you. And I have been for a really long time.
I'm in love with you too, dude!
Well, that's ironic.
What is?
I, feel the same way.
They were roommates!
Why do you think I joined your band? After college, we started drifting apart.
Why do you think I started the band? All this time. And neither of us said anything.
I never said anything because I didn't want to lose my best friend. I still don't.
You still might. The trial's tomorrow. Athena doesn't know about me. Once she does, I'm the last muse. She's gonna want me dead, isn't she?
We can still get through this, Fred.
Yeah, but even if we do, I'll keep changing. And when I start becoming Calliope, will I still love you?
I don't know.
But like, it was, if that's what we're talking about, it's the same
Now
situation.
Every word's been said. I can't think of any more to fix what's broken. So many books I've read, and still not a word of anything could reveal how this feels. Only if we could have been brave on time, knowing how we should have been loving all this time. I would prefer that we were late then, never together again. What you don't get is death. I died. You and I are not the same people who we once knew. Only if we could have been brave on time, knowing how we should have been loving all this time. Only if we could just escape demise. I'll always love you, Grace. But is it too late? Too late?
God, I'm wondering how different the ending of this game is if Freddy stays dead. Like, that scene obviously doesn't happen.
So this is it. You're back where you started, with nothing to show for it. Tomorrow we head to the trial. And who knows what'll happen.
Like a boat
I was so hoping we were gonna sing this song again.
sea with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters.
A catchy
no
song.
star to be seen. All my life I have been carried through. At the mercy of tides I lay unproved. But now I stand oar in hand, hoping my choices won't sink me. What can I do? If I'm a boat lost at sea, can I build sails, find a breeze on my own
Destiny. Okay, here we go.
Let's do it, guys. I have faith. Faith in us.
Hello?
Verb?
Oh, Grace, there you are. Everyone is already waiting for you on Olympus.
I thought this was Olympus.
Not this office building. My word, no.
I find it's interesting that they can't, like, sense that I'm not a muse anymore.
Welcome to Old Olympus, dear.
Is this a real place?
It's
Why is
the
Asterion
memory of a real
here?
place,
He's not an idol.
which for us is the same thing. Let's begin, shall we?
I like the silhouettes of people in the background wearing, like, such a huge variety of clothing.
Brothers, sisters, everyone, look around you. We few who remain fled to this new land to escape the war, but we are not out of danger. I waited to tell you until I was certain, and now I am. The idols are dying. It will not be long before even our immortality deserts us. The time for extreme measures has arrived.
And you'll be the one deciding which of those extreme measures is implemented, right? You and no one else.
When has there ever been anyone else? Each of you is here because I brought you here.
Yikes.
I protected you. I carved out this space in a strange land so we could survive. I am at this trial to tell you that, as always, I will look out for you. I will save you. Trust in me, Pallas Athena, daughter of Zeus and leader of the chorus, and I will do anything it takes to keep you all alive.
Anything, huh?
Freddy!
And who might you be, my dear?
The woman I love! I don't know that that matters, though. Just to say it. Just to get it out there. We don't have the right to say this anymore. We took away a huge chunk of her agency and brought her back to life. I will let Freddy speak.
Go on, tell her.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi. For those of you who haven't met me, I'm Freddy. Just came back from the dead. And I'm the new muse.
Hermes is like,
That's
yes!
impossible. Do you think us fools? Grace is standing right here, alive and well.
Yeah, you see,
Grace gave up her Eidolon to bring me back from Hades. Seems that's a thing you can do. Don't suppose that changes your plans for the trial at all, does it?
The Eidolon was not Grace's to pass on, so I'm afraid you'll have to share her fate, Freddy.
Question mark? Oh, damn. Do I want to just be like, you murdered Calliope? Yeah, I do.
Just how many murders will there be before you're through, Athena?
I don't know what you're talking about, dear.
That is such a lie.
Tell them. Let them know what that anything includes. Tell them about the prophecy Apollo gave you, and how you've interpreted it. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. Isn't that how it goes?
It's true.
We spoke to Calliope in Hades. She told us how you sent the Furies after her.
You couldn't have.
Yes, she could. Just like she gave up her Eidolon to me.
Maybe you even knew that once, but you've forgotten it. Just like all the idols have. You don't know everything, Athena.
No. I do not accept this. You are lying.
You're the one who's been lying. Or would you like to explain to the idols how you murdered Calliope based on a vague prophecy? Tell them.
Yes, it's me. It's me. Of course, it's me. The one who gets it done. Don't you see? It had to be. You all turn away when I got the fish. Then you cry, hooray, once it's on the dish. That's how we do this. Yes, we. Yes, you and me. I have always cared for you. I'll always do all these things for you. All these things that you are not prepared to do. You, it's not just you. Time to put you in check. There are other idols too. You irritating speck. Aren't you aware? It's time. These people time to wring your neck.
If only you knew that you can't force the future. Only if only you knew it's not just another thing you can seduce.
Only if only I lived in a quaint little pond like you. Only if I could just lie there, and any time I moved, I'd tremble a reed or two.
Yes, there's a lot at stake, but remember when the idols came to this new world, it was the right call for you to make, the right chance to take.
None of you see. So it's down to me. It's fine. I'll take all the blame. I'll take all the pain.
see it all. You just see a scroll. You wanna make the call. You need to hold the map. You cloistered children. It's time for you and all who stand with you. Yes, you too. Form a queue. Time to follow through. Inside, somewhere inside, in that mind, there's a war. You're not sure.
Don't be so sure. We're not the same. Never the same.
I love the dips into other songs in the game.
I'm okay dying again if it's with you. You're the only.
Oh my god. Eros.
Aphrodite, she'd stand with Grace too. Grace showed her mercy when she didn't have to show mercy.
I wasn't a monster to you. And now I'm not a monster to
Of course, it's me. Because of me, this prophecy would come to be. My Olympus is gone, and you're all looking on at a stranger wearing my face. My Olympus is gone. Now I'm some other one. Just how long has she been in place?
give it time, you'll find even an island drift. You don't notice 'cause it only moves in teeny tiny shifts.
There was a voice in me that shouted, Athena, you be strong. Be strong. No cost is great enough. It was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, and now I don't know what the right thing is. I leave it up to you what to do with it.
Just fucking clock her when she's done singing. That's so funny.
All these years you ruled this place. I think it's time you made some space. Enough of you. It's overdue. fresher hands should steer this boat and sail it to something new.
Hey, gang.
Are you finished? You've been talking forever.
We're done, yes.
And? So you're in charge now, I'm guessing.
I am, though I'll admit, the victory seems rather hollow. The idols could still be dying. If that's so, then I'll simply be presiding over our final days.
Is there some way to fix it? Athena obviously didn't know everything, no matter how wise she was.
I don't know. Where would we even begin?
Such an effort could prove futile. We might have to accept the possibility that the idols can't be saved.
Perhaps what the idols need most is change. I don't know if I have any say in this, but have you considered rejoining the real world? Stop hiding in the shadows, get rid of the chorus and all its rules, and just help each other instead.
I like that they're looking at each other like, wow, an interesting thought.
I'm with Freddy. How much has hiding really helped you?
We did flee a war, Grace. Hiding seemed the only thing to do after the last time mortals discovered us.
Maybe I was the only one listening to Grace's song. Surviving is what's been killing you. We need to do something new.
She's right.
By golly, are we truly considering something so radical? Have we collectively lost our minds?
Is that a yes?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with a little madness. It is yes. Yes, indeed.
I didn't really want this chair anyhow. I agree. Let's do it.
Apollo, close your shirt. Your abs are too loud.
What about Athena? There's no way she'll be okay with this.
She won't fight it. She said, and I quote, "Whatever your decision, I will abide by it."
The new improved meek Athena?
The fight's just not in her anymore. She was so certain she was doing the right thing.
Well, we'll see how long this new Athena lasts.
Just like that? You're sure about this? I was expecting more argument.
It is rather our calling card, is it not?
Yeah, I was not expecting you to just run with it like that.
We've all been thinking about it for years. It's what Calliope fought for, in fact.
I wish she could have been here to see this day.
In a way, she is.
If there's no chorus, does that mean idols just do whatever they want?
As much as anyone can.
And Medusa? She's off the leash, as it were?
Medusa has offered to live in the Reliquary. Frankly, I think she's relieved.
We can't uncurse
As
her.
for the rest of us, we'll be subject to mortal authorities and their laws.
Assuming they don't just round us up the moment they realize what we are.
Quite so.
I have a few thoughts as to how you could go about revealing yourselves.
Oh?
You'll need to give any idols who don't agree time to hide, right? That means you can prepare a campaign.
Something online, maybe.
The idols would be stars before you know it. If you're famous enough, there's only so much that can be done to you.
That sounds like a good idea. we'll need your help with that, Grace.
Are you sure?
I didn't say I was going
I'm just
anywhere,
a mortal. I'm not the muse
Well,
anymore, guys.
We have a lot of anxious idols to inform. Shall we?
If it's okay, could we catch up with you? I'd just like to talk to Grace for a minute.
We'll be outside. Make it quick.
So, well, that was pretty wild, huh? You did it. You got through your trial unscathed.
We fulfilled the prophecy too while we were at it.
Fulfilled it? I thought we prevented it.
I was the last muse, and then you were. We were on trial, and now what's happening with the idols?
They're not continuing.
Not like before, no. If only Athena could have understood there were possibilities beyond mere survival.
Or Freddy.
I know things were pretty intense before the trial. I still don't know how I feel about us, about everything. And I understand if you wanted to get as far away from me and the idols as you could. Especially now that things are about to get weird.
You need me. The idols need me.
But we'll get by. Probably. What I'm saying is, you don't need to feel obligated.
I like being needed.
Oh, thank God. I was so sure that you were gonna leave. I mean, you're free to go now, right?
And miss being high priestess to the goddess of late night lattes? Absolutely not.
Stop, it's cute.
To figure us out.
Yeah, take all the time you need. We have that now.
Okay then. Ready to go out there and face the music?
Always.
2 months later.
Of course you're all here. Why wouldn't you be?
We were waiting for you.
They just showed up. I didn't think you'd mind too much.
How does it feel to be the idol spokesperson, appearing on every newscast, reputable and otherwise?
I'm exhausted.
The Oracle has been keenly following your progress. She records every appearance, every interview. She may be your biggest fan.
The way she talks, you'd think she never doubted who you were.
Well, at least she's been of great help to your online campaign.
A lot's been going on here, too. You want to hear the goss?
Yes.
I heard Eros and Venus left the city together. Was that right?
You heard correctly. Venus wanted to use her fame to do good works as an activist, and Eros is assisting her.
Let's be realistic. He's there to catch her when her efforts inevitably implode.
I think you're underestimating Venus. I saw one of her speeches online, and it was incredible.
Aphrodite always did love being adored by the masses.
Well, at any rate, Eros sounded keen. He thinks this is a much better approach than wallowing in Olympus.
You mean he's glad to have time to pursue a new lover or two?
Go Eros.
Has anyone heard about Athena? It's been a while.
The revelation of the idols to the mortal world went far better than she could have dreamed. I think it shook her.
Well, she was wrong about a great many things.
As the goddess of wisdom, that's not an easy realization. So she left. Back to the old world.
Well, isn't she at risk there? All alone?
Well, I asked her to go. There's so many of us who went missing during the war. The idols going public might bring them out of hiding. Athena wanted to leave, and this gave her a purpose. We'll see if anything comes of it.
Is Hermes still around? I'm surprised they're not here with the rest of you.
Well, we've barely seen them of late.
I see them online all the time. They're a big hit. Their videos are hilarious.
Hermes has been busy. They've become a social media darling, or so the
As they
Oracle tells
should.
me.
The truly amusing part is that they're not even trying to be famous. They simply can't help it.
Hermes likes to people please, it's true.
And they get a lot of free shoes and concert tickets.
Hopefully it won't backfire on them. Fame is a double-edged sword.
Hermes lives a charmed life. Never fear.
Well, it's odd seeing their face on so many billboards, but I agree. Let Hermes have their fun.
What about Hecate and Asterion? Are they still at the Reliquary?
Asterion is not, currently. He's going to appear on the next season of that, television dating show.
The Bachelor?
What? I thought that was just a rumor.
No. He is really doing it.
Asterion's rather thrilled at all the attention. Last I spoke to him.
I don't understand the appeal.
Of a giant bull man? Clearly, you have not been anywhere on the internet.
As for Hecate, there's little chance of her leaving the Reliquary. I assume she's the same as always.
She is. Hecate enjoys the solitude. At any rate, she claims everything will change for us soon enough.
It is written, I'm guessing.
Naturally.
And Medusa?
So many epilogues.
I take it she's no longer at the Reliquary.
Medusa is with me at the moment. You did promise her my help.
Oh, how's that going?
It was difficult at first. She confessed something about Artemis, which I'd long suspected but could never prove. I was upset. I then realized it was more Athena's fault than Medusa's. So, I recruited Athena to help work on removing the curse.
And now?
We're making more headway than I expected. If Athena had ever really tried, I suspect this could have been done long ago.
Athena having no pity? Oh, shocking.
At any rate, she's excited by the possibility. She insisted on paying me back by cleaning my house. The Oracle was thrilled.
All right.
What about Pan? I haven't seen him since the trial.
No one's seen him.
Should we be worried? It is Pan, and what he does will reflect on us all.
He's probably off fleecing widows out of their pensions as we speak.
Pan is harmless.
Mostly harmless.
What was
As
that
far
book?
as I can tell, he did regret his involvement in Calliope's death. He'll lay low. At least for a time.
I guess if you spend a lot of time with
He'll be
Pan in the
back
game, you probably
with
find
some
out what
new
the book was that he
scheme to
got.
make us all groan.
You're not wrong.
Okay, last one, Freddy.
I'd like to know what you've been up to, Freddy.
You mean other than incessantly talking about you?
I don't talk about Grace that much. Do I?
I think it's rather commendable how you've taken the remaining idols at Olympus under your wing.
Well, someone has to do it. Just yesterday, I was teaching Athena how to ride a bus. She was so mortified.
All this while preparing for your next big venture. Busy is our new muse.
That's supposed to be a secret.
Wait, what's this?
Well, I figured once you were done with all the promotional tours, you might want to, I don't know, come with me. I mean, I thought maybe you missed being the muse. A little. So we could try the band again. Go on tour.
Yes, obviously.
Muse teams up with former Muse to spread music to the world.
I guess. Maybe.
That's awesome. I love it.
Good, because I've been arranging dates at clubs across the country. You two only need to give me the word.
Oh.
What about you, Apollo? Still planning on leaving the city?
Not immediately. There's so much to wrap up here, and I want to ensure the Oracle will be fine on her own.
You're not responsible for the child, Apollo.
I believe I am. I need to be confident that both she and the idols won't suffer for my absence.
And after that?
I don't know. was thinking of traveling for a time. Despite my age, there are so many places I haven't been.
What he means is he hates all the public attention on his abs.
It is a bit disconcerting.
Then button up your shirt, dude.
Photographers following me around, the letters addressed to the sun god. I don't know what to do with it all.
Button up your shirt.
I'm not
Wear a different shirt. Put on a hoodie.
I'll be back.
Close the shirt. What do you mean?
Think it's time to
I'm
see
so
the world
disconcerted by how everyone thirsts after me and my amazing bod that I must simply leave the country. Okay, Dad.
How about you, Persephone? Any big changes?
Not yet, though I may be selling the club very soon.
The underworld? Why?
I don't need a substitute for the real thing. That's all it ever was, and I'm fine with having neither. That said, I've been itching for a change. I believe it's time to move on to something else.
Do we get to know what that something else is?
No, you don't. I came by to give you all my regards, such as they are. After this, you likely won't see me for quite some time.
You will be missed, sister. More than you'll ever believe.
I still can't believe it's all over.
Oh, it's scarcely over, Grace. Now that you've toppled the castle, it's barely just begun.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Come on, Grace, we both did. And it was amazing.
Perhaps we should leave you alone, Grace. You must be tired from your trip.
Perhaps a round of drinks at the underworld, in Calliope's honor.
I'd like that, actually.
If you both don't mind, could Grace and I catch up?
Don't take too long, you two, or we'll start drinking without you.
Okay, so I have been doing some thinking, and I have something to say.
Go on.
The way I obsessed over you all those years, it wasn't healthy, was it? And maybe our relationship changing is a good thing. I'm an adult now. We need to do this over and do it right.
Does that mean you forgive me?
A song, of course.
Within me there will always be something left behind in shadow. I'm tethered to you, I'm free. I've known, I've loved you before. We were grown, never alone. Only, if only, we can be brave this time. Finally, Grace, you and me. It wasn't too late, it was fate. I've spent so long yearning, observing, seeking the light of your eyes. Now I return, nothing left in reserve. Your eyes, a sunrise. Only, if only, we can be brave this time. Finally, Grace, you and me. It wasn't too late. It was fate.
Aww. We got our smooch at the end. Oh. Dude, the whole ending must be so different if you don't save her. Freddy was involved in every aspect of the end. I'm glad that I was like, no! Do I think it was the right call? I mean, it gave us a fun ending. We got to be with Freddy in the end, you know? So, so here's what I've been told about, like, how... I cannot tell you how immediately I regretted not saving her. No! Yeah, I would love to do a piece of shit run now. Now that I've done my, like, I'm generally a good person. Not necessarily a piece of shit, but you know what I mean. Like, do the run where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with Pan, fuck you, Freddy. I'm gonna hang out with Persephone, fuck you, Apollo. Punch Athena at the end, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. But what I have been told, so I said I was going to talk about this after we had played it through once. What I was told in sort of vague terms about the variation in this game is that all of the major places that you can go, you will go there no matter what. The story as it will progress no matter what you choose. It's just what's happening to the characters as they go to each of those places. That's where the variation is. So, some people have been like, I'm kind of disappointed because, like, you don't solve things any differently necessarily, but you and the characters around you behave and have different things happen to them, you know? But, like, I feel like I'm fine with that. You know? I'm fine with it being like, yeah, you're gonna find out the same shit. At the end, you're still gonna confront Athena, right? Like, the same shit will happen. It's just, how did you get there? What state are you in? Who's with you? Who's on your side, right? That stuff changes. Which I feel like is plenty of variation for me, considering that this game is about creating musical numbers on the fly, you know. Hi, Pumpkinberry, how are you? Exactly. The framework of how you get to the end is the same, but, like, who have you developed a relationship with? What sort of person are you at the end? You know? Those are the things that are different. It's about the interpersonal, like, the stuff going on with the idols and what's going on between the idols and all of that. So. That's so true. This also makes sense for a game related to Greek mythology because the events define the story. How those events happened might vary, but the events must happen. That's true. Yeah. Boop. Oh, that didn't work. Boop! There we go. What time is it? 3 o'clock. We shouldn't start another run now. I gotta go in a half an hour anyway. Shouldn't we? We're not going to get very far in half an hour. We're basically going to experience the same stuff. Although, I wonder if There's probably fast forward options, right? Be like, skip this scene. I've seen this shit before. Although I wonder if it has a pop-up that's like, this. I appreciate in games like this when a scene starts, and rather than like making you guess whether the scene is going to be the same, it'll have a pop-up that's like, you've seen this scene before. Do you want to skip it? Sort of a thing. I don't want to skip songs. Why would I skip songs? I just want to skip scenes where people are like, meh, 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 if I've seen them, you know? You can use the N button to skip line by line. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm not upset about anything that happened in my playthrough. I know people were really upset about Asterion, but I felt like in the end that was fine. Those of you who are big Asterion Hecate shippers, I'm so sorry, but like it was, you don't forget that you loved me. You just don't love me anymore. And I will create a glamour for you so that you can live your life out amongst people and like find these connections that you're obviously missing. I thought that was fine. If anything, that's like way healthier for him. This time you can make Asterion and Kate happy. I'm wondering how you do that. I was actually kind of surprised when she was like, no. Boop. Let me take that out of your brain so that you can be happier. I guess you have to go a bit harder on like, let Asterion talk, let him plead his case, right? Being like, isn't he's really putting himself out there, Kate? Don't you think? More of a Theseus shipper myself. A Hades player. In this world, he ate Theseus. Anyways, don't spoil stuff that's gonna happen in other runs, but I would like to do another run where we hang out with Pan a lot. Maybe kiss Pan. I don't know. Thank you, Meswit. Yeah, maybe we could kiss Pan. I don't know. And find out what book he got. What book did you want, dude? I know. Yeah, we know what they all are now. It's Persephone, Apollo, Pan, and Freddy. And we went hard on the Freddy run. And I think we made all the right choices to have the good Freddy ending. So I was happy with that. Hang out with Pan, steal the throne, punch Athena. It's that run. That's the run. Go to Hades, take the throne. Yeah, hang out with Pan. Pan's my new best friend and potential smooch partner. And then at the end when it says punch Athena, she deserves it, we click that with full force with our whole ass. I was trying to romance them all. Oh no. That doesn't seem like a good idea with idols. I don't know about Apollo smooching, but I will support it. I am not gonna Apollo. He's a sad dad. And a liar! Anyway, I thought that game was very cool. I was worried because people kept saying it was so short. And I was like, oh, is it going to feel like it was worth the time? I think, yeah. They've put out 4 albums as well to try and cover like all the different ways that the songs can go, which is crazy. And even then it's not all of the iterations, you know. And I want to play it again. So, you know, double the time. What I loved was every time I looked at chat and somebody was like, this song was completely different for me. I think that's cool. One sec. I have to mute to listen to a voice message from my kid. It wasn't from my kid. It was from my sister-in-law, which is who Clarky's with right now. So I thought it was going to be from Clark because I had asked how they were doing. It was my sister-in-law being like, how did we get here? I just went into the room that they're playing in and asked if they wanted me to play with them. And they said no. She was like, since when? Since when? Like, we used to always have to entertain them, and now they're like, no, we're fine. We're good. She was like, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm so glad to have caught the playthrough because it was very different from everything I've seen. I'm so glad! Can you summarize the ending you got? I had to leave and I missed a lot since you went to the underworld. If you didn't see how the underworld wound up ending, Freddy's ghost like came and talked to us, and I was given the option to go really hard and be like, I can't live without you. I will give up being the muse to bring you back. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. So I gave up my muse powers and used them to bring Freddy back, but inadvertently it did bring Freddy back, but she is also now the muse. She sort of like disassociated for a while because she was dead and then suddenly not dead and now has god powers, and we were like, you okay, buddy? And she was like, no, not good. Went around and talked to everybody about their feelings. And then went and did the trial. And I was saying that because we brought Freddy back to life and Freddy is now the muse, Freddy is involved in the entire ending. We have songs with Freddy. We have the whole like ending trial. And I was like, I am so curious what this game is like if you don't bring Freddy back, because I have no gauge now of what it's like if you don't bring Freddy back. But yeah, basically we went and did the trial and Freddy and I held hands and were like, you're wrong, Athena. You're ruining everything. And she was like, fuck, you're right. And then they decided to usher in a new age for the idols, and Athena stepped down. And then Freddy and I smooched. That was my ending. Yeah, I'm very excited to punch Athena. I'm very curious what's going to happen there. Can you replay scenes from your run? I think so. Yeah, I also found it interesting that like Pan, when we meet him, implies that there were 3 muses, but because I don't think he told us there were 3 muses at the time. I think Apollo told us that later. But specifically, Pan makes it sound like as muses died off, all of the muse like domain, like all of the arts and inspirations all sort of like funneled into one muse. I don't think that that's true because the game had such a focus on music. But the way that Pan put it, that's how it sounded. It was like, you're the only muse, baby. You run all that shit now. And I was like, but I still just make people sing, which is fine. You get more story about that if you go to Apollo or Persephone. Go to how? What do you mean? I hung out with Apollo a lot. My niece is named Persephone. No one has a good nickname for her. Percy? Seph? Phony isn't good. Don't do that one. Between next steps, the reliquary, etc. I don't think I'm understanding. I talked to Apollo as much as I could. The day where it first gave us day 3 or 4 or whatever, where it first gave us like a ton of stuff that we could do and we got to choose. Someone in chat was like, don't talk to Apollo yet, because when you talk to Apollo, it moves things along. So I just didn't. Should I have? I talked to him after I talked to everybody else. I assume that I didn't miss anything, but maybe I did. You went to the Reliquary before catching up with Apollo, and he was upset afterwards. Yeah, because someone in chat told me to! Because someone in chat was like, don't go to Apollo! So don't be coming for me. Come for yourselves. You let someone backseat you. Yeah, because they made it sound like, hey, just FYI, I don't want you to get fucked out of doing all these other things. When you go to Apollo, it'll move the story along. And that implied to me like, oh, okay, so I'll miss out on the Reliquary and all of this other shit if I go to Apollo first, so I won't. Not my fault. My dad sucks at saying her name and calls her Persesame. That's cute, though. Persesame's really cute. You can start calling her Sesame. Silly. Silly, silly. So yeah, we finished that up. Here's the thing is it took us 2 days to do that. Right? So what am I trying to say? Do we want to start a new run tomorrow? We could blast through some of it, but I plan on making drastically different decisions. So we're probably still going to be doing a lot of reading and stuff. And we won't get to finish it before next week. So. Okay. Cool, yeah. We'll just get as far as we can. No, what were we gonna play at the start of next week? We already decided. Well, we have to play Dangeresque next week. Shadow Gambit, that's what it was. We were gonna play Shadow Gambit next week. We are going to play Shadow Gambit next week. So yeah, we can just start the Pan playthrough. We don't have to finish it. I played the demo of that, Mr. Koo. Yes, I definitely want to play this. September 7th. Oh. Yeah, dude, absolutely. For sure. Pan needed that voice. They chose the right voice for Pan. Okay. I know it's a little early. I think I'm going to start wrapping up here. Getting a smidge of dupe of a headache. Annoying. Red Lips Blue Vein says for Amarian and sharing all their knowledge of gods and myths throughout the playthrough. Our Freddy. Amarian is our Freddy, dude. Raid Leader is open if anyone would like to snag it while I'm reading off the activity feed. Okay, Zur, thank you for the 103 months. Jules High Life for the 5. Ectrix for the 70. Beatrice for the 71. Black Saber for the 13. Balry for the 41. 4 p.m. in the AM for the 30. And Soul Edgar for the 96. Happy 8 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you very much. I'm honored by that comparison. Look, in the game, Freddy was the one who was like, oh my god. Let me lore a little bit. And that's basically what you did in chat. It was very good. All right. Raid Leader's been snagged. Let me see. Chichi is doing a co-working stream. There you go. Go say hi. Spread love, spread joy. I am gonna go. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. See you tomorrow for our shit eater playthrough.